Hi, I'm Cheeky, and one of my guilty pleasures is those like rating celebrity outfit type videos. Except I'm kind of bored with it and don't actually care how all these rich people are dressing. It's not like I can afford anything they're wearing anyways. So instead, here's me rating the outfits to a game that I actually just finished recently, being Project Eden's Garden. And so really quick, I just wanted to address that this was a video that had been requested for me to do for the series. And while I was in the middle of, preparing and going through all of the material to prepare for this video, something pretty serious happened. It's really disgusting and disappointing to have learned, and I'm glad that action has, I guess, finally been taken. I really am glad to hear, though, that the people involved were removed from the team. And of course, lots of love to the victim involved, and of course, wishing nothing but healing for them. I wasn't quite sure if it would be appropriate to continue with doing this video, just due to the timing of everything happening currently in the community. So I asked for some feedback, go ahead and move forward. Take a moment to appreciate the hard work that was put in thus far. Not sure what the future is of the game at the moment, but that's fine. Like, obviously, everyone needs to take some time right now to figure out what's going on. It seems like the latest updates is that the rest of the story will be given to the community through some means. Hi, future Cheeky here, bearer of bad news. The game was, in fact, officially canceled as of just 2 days ago. So that sucks. I really wanted to know what was going to happen next. But we're here now, so we'll just keep going, I guess. And just take a moment to, I guess, mourn what could have been. So go ahead and just take a moment to appreciate all of the characters, all of the hard work that has gone into the game by many other people. And then we'll talk about how cool they look for a little bit. Yeah? Do you want to do that? I mean, I'm going to continue on with doing that. So if you feel like staying, absolutely be my guest. Anyways, moving off to less serious notes and onto more silly ones. If you're not familiar with the events of Project Eden's Garden, we start off, we're Damon Maitsu, okay? We're going to get to his outfit in a second. We receive a letter congratulating us on how excellent of a student that we are, being identified and acknowledged as the ultimate debater from this very fancy, prestigious academy called Eden's Garden Academy. And only the best, topmost students are allowed into this academy. And it's so hush hush, but just secret. Anyways, up first, let's talk about how our protagonist is dressed. So anyways, we're Damon Maitsu, yeah? And just right away, I think we look pretty dapper. I love a guy in a cardigan, I gotta say. I like the look. I don't know. And speaking of his cardigan, I like how the patterns are different shades of green and that it's not an all over kind of pattern design rather than just being a plain black cardigan. Yeah. Which, speaking of different shades of green, that his little Slytherin snake tie is 2 different shades of green. I really like a contrast between the same color range. That's how you describe that, right? Whatever. Okay, so this might be a little odd of me to say, but I really like how they look like a stretchy kind of sweater material. Just the cuffs make this cardigan look extra comfy, Same with the wide kind of collar situation. It looks really cozy. I would like to wear this. But anyways, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love layers. Layering is my absolute favorite. He's got his cardigan, right? And then he's got contrasting but also neutral shade little vest underneath. I really love that he went with a brown color. And then we already talked about the green tie, which I like how it's the main pop of color for the outfit. And then he's got his button up underneath. And speaking of his button up, I kind of like how there's the extra detail of buttons. It's kind of a common style. You don't really see it drawn a lot, I feel like. So I like that little extra detail. And then he wears some gray pants, which, okay, great. Yeah, I like that choice. Some brown shoes. I like how they have multiple shades of brown on them. Overall, I think a pretty good outfit. Also, his hair looks so incredibly shiny. What kind of hair care products does he use? Unless it's greasy hair, then I'm not as jealous. But it just looks so shiny. It looks nice and silky. Whatever. And I like how, he's wearing brown shoes, right? And so he wears a brown belt as well. My favorite part of this outfit, I think, is the 3 different colors of layers on his top. I guess technically 4. I guess the tie is a part of his layers, but like I think his coloring is coordinated incredibly well, and he's layered up like a really stylish boy. So A tier. So anyways, our fashionable Damon Maitsu saunters onto a train to his new fancy schmancy school. And he walks in kind of confused that there seem to be other students that are going to the academy as well. So anyways, they're all like really chummy with each other, right? Really good at camaraderie and team building, which is going to be perfect for later. Then after a while, they all kind of settle down and just relax amongst themselves, enjoy the beautiful scenery. And then suddenly, someone notices that it's starting to get a little stinky in here. And then suddenly everyone starts passing out. And then we find ourselves waking up like on a concrete floor in this like boiler room. And then there's also a grill here. And then for some reason, she decides she wants to like test what we're gonna do in a situation where we find like an unconscious girl on the floor after just ourselves waking up. What's wrong with her? And then she gets up and introduces herself as Eva Sunaka. Immediately, I absolutely love this outfit. Are you kidding? This is such a cool outfit. I'm immediately drawn to the skirt. It's really hard not to be. The chain detailing on the top layer is so freaking good. It's so freaking good. I freaking like that, okay? I like that the top layer of her skirt is the only pop of blue to this outfit, but has that like red trim detailing that is repeated throughout her entire outfit. I just love when a good accent color is just all over a character. Okay. Her school jacket looks really, really neat and tidy, really smart. The red trimming is exquisite. I love the placement of it as well. And then she's wearing a black button up. I really like her red tie with like the white little hole at the bottom and like the white strap up closer to her neck. I think that's some really nice texture to the outfit alongside the chains. I like how she has that black bottommost layer to her skirt as well that matches her button up, as well as her thigh-high socks. It just looks so fire, okay? Especially with like the chucks, the red chucks. I really love a sneaker with like a fancy outfit, you know? I just exquisite, just absolutely exquisite. And then she's also got the red accent with her headband, which speaking of her hair, I love her hair so freaking much, okay? This just is so pretty. Her hair is so stinking pretty. The feather in her hair, don't know why that's there. Just get rid of that. That's stupid. I don't like it. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of feathers in hair. I'm just not, okay? Her glasses, really sleek, really unassuming, I don't know, really plain. I think they complement the outfit nicely. This is an outfit that I would absolutely love to wear. I say A tier. So after judging her outfit and admiring how much of a little cutie that she is, you know, we kind of take a moment to talk about our situation. Naturally, as one would do, they do a little investigating. They notice a vent with a light coming through, and then we're peeking, and then we notice that there's like a pair of legs just like laying on the floor. So we just assume that, you know, it's just another person passed out, same situation as us. So we're like, okay, you know, clearly we have to hurry up, go try to find where that room is that vent leads into, so we can be there before they wake up. So that way, like, we don't lose them, you know? So we go out, we leave the room, the door's unlocked, thankfully. All right, well, then we head upstairs, find ourselves in like a fancy hallway with lots of doors, right? We weave around a few corners, find the room that's connected to the boiler room, and then we enter and get punched in the face by Miss Grace Madison, the ultimate golfer. So Ultimate Golfer is dressed like a golfer. All right, first up, I really love the shade of blue. It also seems like her zip up is a different shade of blue from her skirt, just ever so slightly, and I really like that. And then I like how her jacket tied around her waist is like a really dark shade of blue. Wait, she's wearing a jacket and a zip up? The jacket tied around her waist has to be like an outdoor jacket, right? And then like her zip up is just like a regular like knit zip up, right? She wears a white polo. At her buttons though, it's got that little strip of blue. Her collar necklace is super cute. And she's also a very prepared girly, as you can see by her wrist with all of her hair ties that she has. Clearly, she definitely needs to make sure she has a hair tie at all times. You never know. In theory, I really like her little like visor with bunny ears, right? I feel like it's incredibly impractical though. And also, I keep wanting to think that she plays tennis instead of golf because her outfit also just so much looks like a tennis outfit. And so like I keep like my mind keeps going to like, oh, with those bunny ears, like that's going to be kind of annoying and just not really easy to deal with. Like when you're trying to run around playing tennis, but then I'm like, no, wait, but she's the ultimate golfer. She's like mostly standing still. It's not like she's running in between holes. Like you just kind of like casually walk to them, or even better, you ride the little like golf cart thing. They're impractical to me. They're cute in theory. That would just look horrendous in real life, I feel like. It would look so silly. And I feel like it would annoy me. I feel like that could be like heavy. And when you're like leaning over and stuff, like you don't want your head to be heavy. I don't know. Her outfit is very middle of the line to me. Like she's just wearing a tennis outfit, okay? It's golf. Oh my gosh. So I like her socks. She's got some blue striping that match the rest of her outfit, right? And the sneakers match just the same. It's a very, very matchy coordinated outfit. It doesn't look ugly by any means, but it's just a golf outfit though. I feel like it's very middle of the line for me fashion-wise. B tier. And then we meet the gentleman who had the pleasure of waking up next to our delightful Grace Madison. We meet Wolfgang Akire, the ultimate lawyer. So, being a lawyer, even a lawyer kind of suit, right? I don't know, it's an almost plain black suit. Keyword almost. So I do really appreciate that on his jacket he has like those silver banding accents that looks like, you know, like actually like metal. I think that's pretty neat to have on your suit jacket. His jacket does look very slim fitting and tailored to his body, right? And down by his pockets looks awfully flat. I fear Wolfgang's jacket falls victim to fake pockets. And my deepest condolences. I really relate to your struggle, man. And then he wears a standard white button-up. I do appreciate, though, that he pairs his outfit with a purple tie, though. The sheep's pin at his collar, super adorable. Love that. He wears some black pants, great. Black belt, great. And black shoes. Cool. Like I said already, it's basically just a black suit, okay? He gets C tier. After getting acquainted with Grace and Wolfgang, out from around the corner speaks a small child. And this is Toshiko Kaiura, the ultimate matchmaker. She looks so adorable. Are you kidding me? Start off her dress. The colors of it are so beautiful. I really, really love the kind of like softer design, like how it has like the silhouette flamingo, the very, very softly blended pink down at the bottom of her dress, and then like this very subtle striping at the hem, the rose petal kind of ombre design at her chest and sleeves. This is just really smart, and it looks so romantic, which matches her perfectly. Her fan kind of matches that rose petal kind of silhouette of the top part of her dress, which I think is really, really nice that coordinates well. Her hair, so incredibly cute. I absolutely love her little double buns and bow situation that she's got going on. So cute. I love all the subtle striping throughout her outfit. At the wrapping part of her dress, I love the striping on her little bow at her waist wrap. Just the color palette of this outfit just really does it for me. I really like it a lot. And then she's got that traditional like sock and sandal look. That makes my toes feel a little uncomfortable looking at. But nonetheless, like it goes well with this outfit, I think. Like the colors coordinate great. I like that she's wearing like cream socks, and then the strap of her sandal is like that dark coral kind of color. It's a good outfit. I like this outfit. A tier. So Toshiko informs us that there are other students that are waiting outside, which kind of, tips us off to that this is a really, really big place, right? So we follow her outside to this very, very beautiful little courtyard. And then we notice that the sky is actually a dome. And then we meet our next classmate, Eloise Tallner, the ultimate fencer. Her uniform is very uniform. She's wearing a jacket with a double button kind of button up situation, right? I like her belt around her waist. For her jacket, I like that her collar and her cuff are a contrasting gray color. Her like shoulder fringes, really cool. And then she also has like a red tie, a nice little pop of color, and a white button up. Her little swan hair clip, so cute. And then she wears gray pants, which I like. Between her jacket and her pants, like the additional seams that we've got included, makes the outfit a little more interesting. Adds a little more depth to it, And then she has white shoes, which like, okay. I'm very underwhelmed here in this situation. Like I don't really care that much. her outfit makes sense for her, but like I don't care that much, I don't think. C tier. And then over on the other side of the courtyard, we find another guy trying to get some space from a pirate guy in the other building. We've got Desmond Hall, the ultimate marksman. All right, Mr. Desmond Hall. He looks really cool, I gotta say, just immediately. I like how his outfit is almost entirely black, and then he's got just a pop of color with that nice jacket. I think that looks pretty cool. Speaking of his jacket, the patterning on it looks fun. He looks like he actually has pockets that, you know, he can utilize, right? I really appreciate the brown trimming at the edges of his jacket. I think it looks really nice. I really like the hoodie under the jacket combo. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the street style kind of, like, yeah. His beaded necklace, super cool. I kind of wish it was a little bit smaller though. I just feel like it's too big. I don't know. Like, it looks good still, but I just think it's too big of a necklace. Like, maybe like a little smaller wooden bead necklace would just look a little bit better, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, his like skinny fit cargo pants, pretty cool. I like the different pockets and the different sizes of pockets that we've got going on. I like the extra like little strapped pocket. Got some decent black sneakers, yeah, with like a small gray panel as well on them. Pretty cool. His dreadlocks, I think, are pretty cool. I love all the beading accessories on them. He's got a shark tooth earring. Pretty edgy, pretty cool, yeah. And then his quiver. Even his quiver looks good. I don't know, just the coloring of the leather of his quiver. I really like it. I really like the like multi-brown effect we got going on. It looks good. I don't know. What can I say? He looks stylish. A tier. And if my partner watches this, he's gonna be pretty upset because he said he would be if I gave anything less than a S tier. Sorry, babe. Okay, after meeting Desmond, then we go ahead and march our way into the final building that we haven't yet been into. And then we walk inside, and just big tree, just right in the middle of the room. Just it's a tree room. We find out it's fake, so it's quite the decorative choice. Yeah, we go ahead and make our rounds, meeting the rest of all of the students. First up being the pirate guy that we, mentioned earlier, being Jean de la Mer, the ultimate ship captain, actually. Not, in fact, a pirate. I think he looks really cool. This is a ship captain with a style. And maybe some ripped pants, but, things happen when you're at sea. The waves get dangerous and rough, and you get thrown about a little bit. Most ships are made of wood, right? Catch a little bit on like a splintered edge, and these ripped pants. Oh no. Anyways, we'll start off with his top, which I just like the button up with detached sleeves kind of combo, or like open shoulder at the very least. I love this. I love this so much on him. I like how his collar has that contrasting edging that's also on his sleeves and matches like the lace-up detailing at the top of his top. I like how, he doesn't button up his shirt all the way. Not because of his abs, because it looks cool stylistically. Yeah. And I like how the banding at his bicep is like a slightly lighter shade from the black, like a bit more of a gray. Yeah, I guess that would be. And then again, it has that contrasting like bronze kind of coloring. I really like how it's at the wrists of his sleeves as well, and how it gives like the end of his sleeves like a little ruffle. I like his belt and how it's like a nice pop of red with that little like hangy cloth piece. I like how his belt kind of goes over his shirt as well. His pants, I like the coloring on them. The patterning is cool. Again, a cool like ombre fade effect. I love it. I love the usage of the ombre just throughout many of the characters. It's so fun. I love it. And then his boots. So freaking cool. I love these so much. Okay, so you've got like the traditional like pirate cuff, right? The strapping detail with the rings and studs. Come on. These boots were made for walking the plank. I mean, come on. These are fabulous boots. And then his red headband ties in very nicely, especially with the design on it. His anchor chain necklace, super cool. It's cool. He's got like a cool dragon tattoo, which like that's not really a part of the outfit. That's just a part of his body, but like it's cool. It's because it peeks out. It's kind of a part of the outfit. And then he's got his cool scars, which by the logic that I just used for the tattoo and part of his outfit as well. I love this outfit so much. It's so good. S tier. Anyways, here's everyone else from the train. All right, next up we meet Ulysses Wilhelm, the ultimate historian. Wearing a very neat and tidy outfit, I must say. Very, very stylish one at that, honestly. Again, we've got another gentleman in layers. Always love a good layering. We'll start with his outermost layer. Got his brown blazer. I love a good brown blazer. The addition of the gold trimming and the golden shoulder plates really ties in the bow tie just beautifully. I love that his vest is blue and gives a complementary color to this palette. And also I like how his button up is more of a high neck instead of just a flat collar. And also how it peeks out a little bit underneath his vest. And then he's got brown pants to match his suit jacket. Great. Another shade of brown, his tan shoes. Great. I like the inclusion of another shade of brown in this outfit. He's got his little quill feather necklace, so that he's always prepared to write into his book, which, he's always got his book on hand, being the ultimate historian. Therefore, book is part of outfit, and book looks good. Book coordinates well. And finally, his spectacles match his outfit beautifully. This is coordinated quite beautifully. Also, his haircut is pretty intriguing too. Ulysses gets A tier. Next, we've got Kai Montiago, the ultimate influencer. Immediately, my eyes are drawn to his pink hair. I really love his pink hair. This shade of pink is one of my favorites, I gotta say. I'm a big fan of the button up under a sweatshirt combo. It's one of my go-tos. It just stylistically, I feel like this just never fails. I like the cute little butterfly logo on his jumper, but it's probably branding, but it's cute, right? I like that he folds his cuffs over his sweater sleeves. I like his double necklace situation that he's got going on with the gold locket necklace and the black corded necklace. I like the contrast between those two, material wise and color wise. His pants, some high water khakis. Fine, great. I like his chains, his cool, edgy quadruple chains. So he's a stylish influencer. And then he wears some white socks, some dark sneakers that match his jumper. He's got some more gold jewelry in the form of bracelets and rings, which I really like how he just wears multiple of everything. It doesn't look too cluttered on him. I love the double. And all of it is gold. There's no mixing metals here. Yes. Good job, Kai. A tier. Next up, Diana Venecia, the ultimate cosmetologist. We just said it about Kai, right? Love the pink hair. Not a shade that I love as much as Kai's. I like Kai's shade of pink a little bit better, but we don't discriminate against pink here, okay? I really love the ways that the pink and the blue have been scattered throughout this outfit. Starting off with her top, she's got her long sleeve shirt under a sweater vest. I like that the sleeves of her shirt have pink puffs to coincide with her skirt, and I love that her vest contrasts with that and is instead blue and coincides with her socks. But then her socks also have a pink striping to them and white striping to them. All of the coordinating to this outfit just is perfect. The striping between her tube sock, the striping on her skirt, the striping on her vest, and then even her bow tie, which I love that her bow tie is a contrasting yellow and just really cuts through. She wears a cool little metal looking chameleon wrap bracelet. It's pretty neat. She wears some black little booties. I really like that they're high heel boots. It just makes her look a little more sassy. And then back to her hair, her pigtails are super cute. And I like that they're little bow tie ribbons. This outfit is one of my favorites. It really is. Not as much as Ava's, but really high up there. Just the color coordination and the way the striping is incorporated throughout everything and just matches really well. It all blends so perfectly together. Also, this is probably the most neat and organized little makeup bag that I've ever seen in my life. A tier. And then next, we finally meet our first victim of the stinky duffel bag, Jet Dawson, the ultimate drag racer. This is a pretty cool drag racing uniform. I also think it's really funny how his seatbelt is a part of his outfit. Dude, what are you doing? So obviously we have to acknowledge his little wolf helmet, right? So cool. He even does the little Scooby-Doo laugh. This is great. This is so great. His wolf helmet coincides very nicely with the wolf logo on his jumpsuit. I like the black and red of the jumpsuit and how it's been like broken up and divided. And that also, instead of his cuffs being red though, they're blue. And it matches really nicely and ties in really nicely with the seatbelt that he's decided to make a part of his outfit. Speaking of the seatbelt and like being in a wolf helmet though, which like, by the way, with his seatbelt, he's got like that little dangly piece hanging down, kind of like mimics a tail, right? I just think that's funny. I like how he's got a contrasting hem at the bottom of his pant leg as well. And then his shoes look like the appropriate shoes that he should be wearing. I just really like how it's accents of red with very, very few accents of blue thrown in as well. I really like the color distribution and color palette that we're working with here. I think this is well done. And I think I'd feel pretty cool if I were wearing it. A tier. Next we meet Mark Bursky. I forget. The ultimate music producer. Okay, I just immediately want to address how he's wearing a zip-up hoodie underneath of his blazer. And I don't know how I feel about this combination. I don't feel like I like the look of a zipper with a blazer. I don't know. Those two things just don't go together. I like a hoodie and a blazer combo. That's fine. As soon as you throw a zipper in though, like this is weird to me. This doesn't go. This doesn't work. No. But anyway, speaking of his blazer, I like how it has kind of like a subtle patterning and color at the bottom of it and his sleeves. He's got like a green striped t-shirt, which is great, fine. He's a music producer, so he's got the big bulky headphones, right? And I like how his headphones coordinate with his outfit. His little alligator crocodile hat, so freaking cute. So cute. I love this. I love that so much. And then he's wearing some black pants, some white and yellowish toned kind of shoes. I like that they're yellow instead of green. And then he's got like, multiple bracelets. Looks pretty cool, I guess. He's also got some cool dipped tips, in his hair. I don't know, B tier. All right, next we've got Cassidy Amber, the ultimate pro gamer. And I would say her style is very unique, but still like cool. Okay, so she's got the varsity style jacket. I like that it's like dual toned with the black and like the lighter gray. And then it's got the classic kind of white striping around the collar and the hem. Her shirt really lets you know that she's a pro gamer, yeah. And then she wears some black shorts with some spiderwebbed designed tights. And I hate these. I gotta be honest. Why spiderwebs? I don't like this patterning. I just really don't at all. No. No. I feel like she could have worn something that would have looked better on her. I don't know. Just a theory, okay? The spiderwebs aren't doing it for me. Then her boots are super cool. I love the red lacing of them. And then finally her hat. Pretty neat. I like that it's got some green coloring on it. And then the emblem is a gold. Anyways, yeah, she looks cool. I don't know. Her tights just ruin it for me though. B tier. And then next we have the pleasure of meeting Winona, the ultimate entrepreneur. And just immediately, we're drawn to the cool coat. Yeah. Really love the fur at the hood and at the sleeves. The designs around the sleeves as well are really nice. And it has some blue paneling, some more striping to it, and then some cute little bear paw prints. I really like how it has that dark contrast brown trimming at the hem of it, and how the hem of the coat is kind of like split a little bit. I think the detailing on this coat is just really nice. And then she wears like a white button up. I like her inclusion of a belt over her shirt, and on her belt she even has like the little like bear paw print. Like that's really cute. I really like the look of her necktie and how her earrings match. She's got some black rolled up pants. Why she decides to roll them up, I'm not really sure. And these shoes just look, I don't know. These shoes kind of look a little dorky. I don't know. There's something about them looks a little clunky. I don't know. And then her braids are very beautiful. And then I like how her hair tie matches the turquoise of her jewelry and in her jacket. It seems like the collar on her button-up is like a contrasting color, but I can't tell if that's just like the shading or if that actually is a contrasting color. That would be cool if it is a contrasting color, but like if not, it doesn't really need to be. It would just be like a cool little like hidden detail, I guess. Stylistically, this outfit's okay. It doesn't look bad, but like I also am not blown away by it or anything. I don't know. Her coat is really nice. I think she's accessorized well. I don't know, B tier. And then last but not least, we meet our ultimate blacksmith, Ingrid Grimwall. And, you know, she very much looks like a blacksmith, yeah? So right off the bat, she wears, I think, what is a white polo. It could be a button-up, and some brown patterned pants underneath an apron with a nice red tie. And I really like the pop of color that the tie brings to this outfit. I also like that it's the only pop of color. I really like all the varying shades of brown that we've got going on. I like how in her pants there seems like, you know, a dark kind of base brown color with like a lighter tannish brown patterning over the top of it. I like how subtle it looks as well. Her blacksmith boots I think look really good. I like the folded over cuff. Her apron, I don't know, is an apron. Her tool belt is a nice accessory. I like all the different paneling detailing to it. And then finally, she's got some cool fingerless gloves. What can I say? She looks like a blacksmith. And a well-dressed, well-coordinated blacksmith at that. But like also like, is this really an outfit? It's practical for blacksmithing and C tier. So as we meet the remaining people, we send them back outside to the courtyard to meet as one big group and figure out our next route of action, like how to get the heck out of here, right? So after we all regroup and meet in the courtyard, we hear a voice over the intercom telling us, hey, come back inside the main building. And then so we all are like, okay, cool, like fine, I guess. What else are we supposed to do? So they go and walk in, and just immediately straight ahead is a dead body. So of course everyone starts panicking because like what the heck? We quickly find out that, you know, it's a dummy though, so like no need to worry, no need to panic too much. And then we find a tablet underneath of her. The voice from the intercom chimes in again, and it tells us like, hey, you know, this is her killer. How did killer kill? You gotta find that out now. Go ahead and start your investigation. We start investigating. We find as many clues as we can, and then the voice pops on the intercom again and is like, hey, okay, now you're done investigating. Now come back to the tree room. We're gonna have a trial, okay? So then we all make our way back to the tree room, and it turns out the giant fake tree is actually a giant elevator. The voice is like, all right, come on, climb inside. So then we go ahead and we take the elevator down to like this fancy trial room. So then the voice tells us like, you know, you gotta solve a trial now. You gotta figure out how the killer killed, okay? Like what happened. So then they all start debating, taking a little while to reach a consensus on like what actually happened, right? But eventually they get to one, okay. And then finally the voice reveals himself to meet us, to tell us if whether or not we got the answer right and solved the case. So anyways, meet Tozu. I gotta say, although his outfit is really tattered, it looks really cool. Okay, so first off, he's got his coat. I really like the baggy fit that he's got going on with his outfit, and how he has that gray panel at the bottom of it. And then how at the very bottom of the hem, he's got like that black fringe. I really like that black fringe. I like the high neck collar on his jacket. The red strapping around his torso, I think is really nice. I like how he's got red gloves. Between those objects, I like that those are the only pops of red. His long shirt, dress, whatever, from what I can see of it, it looks nice. I really like how it has that design cut out at the hem of it. Then he wears white pants and some gray loafers. I think it looks great with this outfit. Coordinates well. And then finally his face mask. Really friggin' cool. Really cool goat mask. What can I say? He looks very intriguing, despite how tattered he looks. Clearly he's in charge of this grand facility, right? And this facility can't be cheap. So like, why are you still choosing to wear tattered clothes, sir? I can't say I understand, but it's fine though. It still looks intriguing to me, and I like it. I like how through the tears you can see his gray dress underneath. It just looks good. There's just texturally, I love this outfit. It's good. I like it. A tier. Then he tells us that we can't actually go free and have to participate in a killing game, killing each other. So then Grace pounces on him, right, starts beating the crap out of him, and then suddenly is nicked in the cheek by a bullet from her. This is like the sexy Puma version of Lara Croft that I never realized I wanted. I have a soft spot in my heart for Lara Croft, okay? Like she's like I've been playing Tomb Raider like since wee little lad, right? I used to call her Spicy Girl. Like she's my spicy girl. Okay. So immediately, like this outfit is just top notch for me. Okay. I love her crop top and short situation. I love her Lara Croft getup. Okay. Like she's got her cross harness. I like that little splash of red at like the cross of it. I like that she wears a jacket over her crop top. I like her little holster harness situation. She looks really hot. I love her hair as well and how it like flows over her little puma mask. She just looks so stunning. And then she's got like a bandaged leg because she's probably injured, right? There's not a lot to this outfit. It just looks really edgy and hot, and I'm into it. Okay. S tier. And then she disappears, and we don't see her again for a while. And the rest of the students are just kind of left remaining in the trial room, and they're not really getting along right now, which is just exactly the tone that you want to have set right when you're about to start a killing game with all these people. All right, what happens next? I don't know. You're gonna have to find out. And then what happens after that? Who knows? It's all of our guests at this. But anyways, that's it for me. That's all the characters that we have for this game. So go ahead and give this video a like if you'd like to see me rate more outfits from other video games, anime, comic books. And go ahead and leave suggestions below for series that you enjoy and outfits that you like. And I'll let you know if I agree or not. And then finally subscribe so you don't miss out. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Okay, bye!